Hi. Hi, Jose. Hi, Muffin. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, shoot. I'm kind of... skirt? There we go. Oh, no. I'm kind of small. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. It's my first day VTubing, so... Oh, my God. Hi. Yeah. It's Sap. It is. It is. Yeah. How you guys doing? Book club? Hell yeah, book club. Playing a space survival game. I just realized after like 100 hours of this save, basically my store has been closed the entire game. Oh my gosh. Muffin. Sounds different? Does it? Oh. Let me just double check something. This has happened before. Every now and then it gets funny. How's that? That's better, isn't it? Every now and then it just goes, but what if controller was microphone? But what if headset was microphone? Way better? Hell yeah, yeah. I don't know why it does that. Just every now and then it goes, what if we switched? There's Sam, yeah. Now you can hear me in all my fucking glory, bro. Alright, so, we are so close to finishing this book, guys. I'm super excited. That, and we're even playing another visual novel later this week, guys. Oh, what a week, what a week. I'm super excited. I mean, you guys, you know, you voted for it. A shame Outer Wilds didn't win, isn't it? Such a shame. I'm sorry, Muffin. But yeah, so I'm excited to finish this book. Play the next one. Alright. Well, I'm sorry that you don't like book club. I was surprised too. Like, I saw it winning. I was like, damn, I better go get that game reinstalled. And then all of a sudden, I woke up and there was like, Date Everything was in the lead. I was like, they do like me. They do care. I'm so scared when that game wins, Muffin. You don't even know. I'm terrified of outer space. It's spooky. It's scary. Lied to me. Said he changed his vote. Yeah, good thing he didn't. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Well, I guess... Nah, then it would have been like a three-way tie. Almost. It would have been a tie. And let me tell you, if there is a tie, I'll use my vote to break the tie. Yeah, I usually don't try and vote on those because I want you guys to pick, you know? But if there ever is a tie, I'll just break it myself. Yeah. But anyway, right. We should probably just get into it, yeah? Yeah. Okay. What have I voted? If there was a three-way tie, I believe it was between Outer Wilds, Date Everything, and Elden Ring. Honestly, I would have voted for Elden Ring. Outer Wilds, right? Yeah, I would have voted for Elden Ring. I'd like to get back into that. We'll get there when we get there, though. But yeah, once we finish, like, I guess, is there an ending to Date Everything? Outer Wilds, right? Is there an ending to Date Everything, though? I don't know. Like, if there is an ending to that, I mean, you know, we'll be putting up another vote. Once we finish that, though, it's like, I'll either open up the votes again or I'll just finish Crystar, because I do kind of feel bad we never finished it, especially now hearing that people actually kind of cared. I was like, what? You got, oh, I love you guys, you know. Dog. I don't know. I've only ever seen a little bit of it from Melee. Yeah, me neither. I just know it's visual novel and you can date anything and everything. That's all I got. I wonder if there's achievements. We could be achievement hunting in it. Okay. My guess is there isn't really an ending. That does check out. Like, to me, it feels like a game that you play to have fun, not to, like, finish a story. Makes sense? Yeah. But yeah. We'll see it, you know, when Wednesday? Wednesday. We'll see it Wednesday. But today and tomorrow is all about Higurashi, because we're almost done with this book. Tomorrow's the final chapter, guys. There's like 100 things to date. Oh, yes. Fuck yes. Yes. Yeah, no. All I've seen from it... Okay, I've seen 3 things. One was like 5 minutes of Maylin walking around the environment. I tuned in for a stream, but then like tuned back out because like I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this eventually. I don't really want spoilers. So I just tuned in, like, said hi, left. Is it? And then Mango was telling me that one of the voice actors is one of them that he really likes. He voices a game set in the attic. I don't remember the voice actor name. I don't never remember actors' names, so you never ask me who the actor is. Unless it's Mads Mikkelsen. My man. I love you. Oh, and then 3. I saw a clip on TikTok of some girl, like, finding a sex toy, and you can date the sex toy. So, I can only imagine. Even garbage. Oh my god. Sounds toxic. Bruh. Wait, don't forget to do your free pulls in Uma. Oh yeah, it's been forever since I logged into Uma, I'll be honest with you. I've been logged into Genshin, Zenless, Star Rail. Like, I've been really Pokemon pilled, so like, when I do have a chance to game... Oh no, and Rivals. Every now and then I'll play Rivals at night. Every now and then. It's Rivals or Pokemon when I do have feeling up for gaming, but honestly, besides hanging out with you guys and playing games, I haven't been playing a lot of games outside of stream, which kind of makes me sad. Last night I played Pokemon Green, or Leaf Green, for like an hour, and I was like, oh shit, now I gotta go to bed. Because like I was working on that short, I'm really excited about it, because I really like how the art's going, and I think the short's super cool. I love it's a trend that I saw on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, I should get this out before the trend's gone, and da-da-da-da. Pokemon Pill, hear me out. Boemon design tier. Ooh! I like this idea. I also thought about doing, because there's that one the ultimate Pokemon list, where it's like, it gives you like little, you get to rank basically your favorite Gen 1, your Gen 2, your favorite water type, this and that. Like, it's super cool. I did it once like a really long time ago. I want to do that again. There's like some Pokemon like fan games that I've been kind of looking at to see if maybe I could like stream them. What else did I want to do? Oh yeah, I want to design, what are they called? Gajinkas? 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 I want to design some Gajinkas. Like, you know, it's like take Pokemon, but make it hot man, you know? That, I want to do that too. I mean, you can make a hot woman too, but like, I don't know. I like designing male characters. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Me being weird. Either way. But yeah. Anyway, fuck. We gotta start reading. Guys, we gotta finish this chapter. We gotta get this chapter done tonight. I swear. Okay. Fucking focus. Saf? Saf! Okay, there we go. Lol. This feels too normal. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, she was saying, I'm getting out of here, Keiichi. And Keiichi's like, I didn't mean to shoot those girls. Right. At lunchtime the next day, everybody in class was talking about Reina's disappearance. We were all worried about her safety. I kept a safe distance from everybody else. I do wonder where she went. Someone said that she was demoned away. How can they say such things? I can't believe their nerve.
Keiichi-san, you look down today.
I don't remember how to do Satoko's face. Right. Satoko and Rika-chan noticed something odd about my attitude. I couldn't sleep at all last night because of what Reina told me. Friends don't keep secrets from one another. That sentence bit into my heart, and I couldn't sleep because of the pain. Mion, Satoko, Rika-chan too. I have something I need to talk to you about. Is it about Reina? No, it's not. It's about me. I decided to tell them about it, because they were my friends. I didn't know what I was expecting to change by doing so. They might despise me. Was there any benefit in telling them? No, there wasn't, and I knew that for sure. But I still wanted to tell them about it, just because I thought it would help heal the pain that I was feeling.
What is this about, Keiichi-san?
Well, it's the truth about myself. I'd appreciate it if you listened. It's about what happened to me before I moved here. I was a kind of guy who wasn't good at anything but studying. I learned the tricks of the game called studying at my cram school. I enjoyed the sense of superiority I felt by getting good grades. I kept studying just because I wanted to look down on the other students. When my grades got better, my parents got happier. My teachers praised me. It felt good. It was fun to look down on the students who were good at running, dodgeball, or swimming. That was the only reason I kept studying. Before I knew it, not only was I the top of the class, I was top of the school. So I started to think I was the most important student there. I looked down at the kids who were playing in the schoolyard during lunch break. I enjoyed feeling a sense of superiority to them in my insignificance. The more I studied, the better everybody expected me to do. They started to place high hopes on me. They expected me to go to the best school in Japan. I flattered myself into thinking I deserved to go to that school as well. But the fun went out of looking down on people. While I burned, the studying didn't change a bit. My classmates stopped admiring my cleverness after a while. My teacher started to push me to study more. All of a sudden, the fun had gone out of it. To begin with, I didn't even like to study. I had average reflexes. I was average in fight. I was an average boy with nothing that really drew attention. So when I found out something that I could do to use to get attention, I jumped on it. It happened to be studying for me, but if it was riding a unicycle or juggling, I would have done that too. When I realized I didn't enjoy studying anymore, it got very boring. I was just a little boy who wanted to be praised when I did something better than anybody else. I finished all my summer homework because my parents praised me for it. I took charge of cleaning duties at school because my teachers praised me for it. So when they stopped praising me for what I did, I began to feel as though my life had no meaning. My parents used to give me an allowance that was proportional to how good my grades were, so I used to get a substantial amount of money for my age. I don't know if I had natural interest in violence or if I was just looking for it because of my frustration at the time. I took an interest in BB guns. At first, I shot at cardboard boxes. It was fun. Being violent at pieces of cardboard relieved a lot of stress. Nobody blamed me for doing it. But soon, I started wanting to do something I should never have done. On the box that my BB gun came in was a warning and a label that read, "Do not shoot at people." That was when I thought about doing just that. Why did I do something I shouldn't have? I guess I was just immature. I wasn't interested in studying anymore, but I forced myself to do it anyway. My parents forced me to go to that several cram schools. I was mad at them for that. I should have told them I didn't want to study anymore, but I didn't have the courage to do that. So, I used my frustration as an excuse to do something cowardly. I shot at kids who were younger than I was with a BB gun. It gave me such a thrill. It felt so good to do something so bad when I was overcome with studying. Needless to say, I had no personal grudge against these kids that I shot. As long as the kids passed through the desert street, they met the requirements to become my target. I didn't mean to hurt them. I shot at them once or twice from a distance, that's all I wanted. But sometimes, they didn't react at all because the BBs hit the thicker part of their clothes or something. I didn't like that, so I started to shoot until they noticed they were being hit. It inevitably escalated into a barrage of gunfire. I studied a lot. I'm doing something good. So I deserve to do something bad to balance it out. All the good that I'm doing. That was the unbelievably selfish excuse I had made. I thought I had a right to do things like that because I was suffering myself. I thought people who weren't suffering like that deserved to be shot at and get hurt a little bit. I was so selfish, so arrogant, so immature. I was disgusted with myself. If I could have met myself at the time, I would have given myself a punch in the face so hard I'd knock out all my teeth. They started to call it a series of attacks on school children. The principal of my school held a morning assembly to inform everyone about the case and to warn them to be careful while playing outside. I was laughing sneakily. The PTA issued a letter of warning and advice to take the safest way to and from school. Parents took turns watching kids as they walked between home and school in groups. The more serious it got, the more it reminded me of the excitement I first felt when my grades started going up. I was absorbed in that game that I was playing. I didn't think that I'd get caught someday. I didn't even think to stop doing it either. One day, I found a little girl who was walking down a narrow, dark street, all alone. She was a really small girl. I don't know if she was on her way to her friend's house or if she was just running an errand. I didn't care which. It was careless of her to go out alone. The school had warned her not to. So, it was her fault. Just like always, I made a selfish excuse and attacked her. Some of the shots hit her in the back. She noticed she was being attacked by somebody. She turned around. It was only a natural reaction. Now at that time, I didn't hesitate to rain hell upon her. So when she turned, I was still shooting at her. Usually when I shot at a kid, she cried in pain and ran away. This girl was different. She thrashed around in excruciating pain, holding one of her eyes. When I saw what she was doing, I realized what had happened right away. BB had hit her in the eye. Until that moment, I didn't think about what would happen if a pellet could easily go through a cardboard box hit an eyeball. Anyway, the girl howled in pain. For the first time, I realized I had done something horrible. She saw me, so I couldn't take her to the hospital. I couldn't do anything about it, so I left her there while she was still screaming in pain. I wondered if she was okay, and I wondered if she had lost her eye. I kept thinking about her. I didn't even feel bad eating that day. I went to the bookshelf in our living room, snuck a medical book out of my room, and studied the structure of the human eye. It was too late to make a difference, but I studied what kind of injuries would happen to a person to lose their vision. I knew it wouldn't make the sin I committed weigh any less, even if I found out that she wouldn't lose her sight. I couldn't sleep that night, and I suffered from a high fever. It wasn't my parents, my teachers, or the police who first punished me for what I did. It was my own body. Before dawn, I woke up my parents and confessed my sin. They were shocked at first, but it seemed like they understood the situation quickly due to my recent disobedient behavior and my interest in BB guns. My mom cried hysterically. My dad slapped me in the face till it swelled up. Before the sun came up, I turned myself into police, accompanied by my parents. Satoko stared at me with a stunned expression. I deserved to receive that kind of look. What I did was very wrong, and I needed to accept that.
Is that all true?
Yes. It's all true. Sorry I didn't tell you until now. What made you want to tell us? Mion asked me. Rika-chan nodded in agreement. To tell the truth, oh shit. I don't understand why. Maybe this is Mion. Well, I know, but... No. I'm just saying that I don't see any reason why you had to tell us about it. Well, I didn't want to keep secrets from my friends. You're my friends. So, I couldn't hide it from you anymore. What are you expecting us to do? I'm not expecting anything. I just... If you're asking for forgiveness, I can't give it to you. You have to ask the kids you attacked if you want that. Won't help if any of us tell about it.
Yeah, I agree with Rika. I think you're really brave to tell us, but I don't understand what you want us to do from here on out.
I don't want you to do anything. I just thought it's not right to keep a secret from your friends. My friends looked annoyed by the sudden confession of my past. I took it as a bitter medicine. I got what I deserved. Alright, hold on, let me pop for a second. Caught up on chat here. Make it a hot man. I like making male characters. And you were all like, what do you mean your usual cup of tea when I asked for your cute girl? Listen. My roots, though, cute girls. Trust me. I don't know. Late. I can't even say lately. I don't know. I guess I just really like doing the male characters now. But, like, trust me, I got you, okay? If you need cute girls, I can do it. I got you. I was just offended thinking back on my sketchbooks full of Lucky Star drawings. You know what I mean? Oh, hi, Animatter. Welcome in. Bad news. There seems to have been an issue with the changing your vote poll. Definitely not me. Oh, my God. Stop. Been there. Oh, you gotta stick it. Oh, I'm sorry, Jose. Rika the Demon. You would like Lucky Star. I fucking loved Lucky Star, bro. I eat, sleep, drank that shit. Oh. Konata? Fucking, I was like, that was me. I was like, that's me on the screen. Let's go. I mean, you definitely did deliver. I was just saying, remember those books of Lucifer? Just listen. It's okay. It's alright. This is just my male aura. Era. Male era. Plus, I mean, wanting to do an Animax series for Vampire Checkmate, where it's kind of like a love triangle thing going on in the first book. I say love triangle really loosely, by the way, but still, you know, we gotta have Scarlet, our lady. She looking nice, she looking cute. And then 2 handsome men, you know? Sapphire's male aura, listen. Male aura, listen. Listen. You know what? I should draw gender bent Saphyre. When I remember I have the power to just do it myself, like, fine, I'll do it myself. It happened 4 or 5 years ago when I was at work. Oh, I'm sorry. On it! Hell yeah! Let's go! Fucking, I love seeing the gender bent character drawings. I don't know, man. Fuck. But if animators on it, I wait with bated breath. Oh, shit. Whew. Alright. Oh, yeah, let me get a drink while we're paused. Why is my headphones all curled up? There we go, the cord's all curled. I'm gonna sip. And what? Someone's messaging me? Who the fuck? Who the fuck is calling? Well, I'm so busy. Okay. Some suggestions go on. You guys are crazy. Okay. Okay, John. I have a quick question. Why can't friends keep secrets from each other? What? I mean, that's what you were saying, but I really don't agree. I don't agree either. Miona and Rika-chan obviously disagreed with my statement. Satoko nodded, following suit. I don't think it's wrong to refuse to tell people things you'd rather not. We all have a lot of things that we don't want to tell anybody else about, like tragedies, mistakes, other things that you just don't want to remember. If I'd have to tell you someone everything my true friends with them, I would want to have them as my friends at all. But... Heiji, there's a difference between things you don't need to confess and things you have to confess. You have to confess what you did to receive forgiveness. But once you've forgiven, you don't need to keep confessing.
Quite. You turned yourself into the police, and they scolded you good, did they not? You atoned for your sin, and you were forgiven. What more do you have to do?
Yeah, you turned yourself in, and you accepted the result. You did what you had to. It's very important that you keep reminding yourself of the sin, so that you won't make the same mistake again. But you only have to take care of what you own. It's not something that you have to confess to everybody.
That's very true. I have many embarrassing stories that I'd rather not tell anybody.
Me. Satoko does have quite a lot of them.
It's not only me. Rika has a heap of them too.
Me. Satoko and Rika-chan fooled around with each other like they'd always did. Mion looked at them and then looked back at me. Satoko just said something pretty important. Did you get it? You mean the part where she said that she has a dark past that nobody needs to know about? No. The bit after that. She's saying that everyone has something they'd rather hide. Considering that nobody grows up in a sterilized room, we all learn by trial and error. It's called life, you know? You do both good things and bad things in order to grow up. Your goal is to become a wonderful person by the end. Everything that happens is very important to experience, including both good and bad. The same goes with everybody. Satoko, Rika-chan, me too. The same applies to everybody in this class. For example, me used to be a very bad girl. Meow meow. Well, I'm not proud of it or anything, but shooting at people with a BB gun is nothing compared to what I did. I used to throw bricks at people. Holy shit. I can't even count how many times I ended up in a cell at the police station. During the dam conflict, I was a regular there. I'm not kidding. It's all true. But it happened in the past, and she doesn't have to tell anyone about it. Even if though she's our friend. Even though she's my friend?
I made a lot of embarrassing mistakes and committed some crimes too. But don't tell you about them, because telling you wouldn't help in any way.
If you feel better by telling us about your past, we'll listen. But there's no rule that says you have to tell us about your past just because we're friends. I don't want to dig up the past, and I don't want to talk about it. That's what true friends are all about, I think. I agree with you, but we're happy if you feel better now by telling us about your past. You can forget about it if you want us to. We'll never change the way we see you because of this. What you did in the city has nothing to do with who you are right now. You're a precious friend to us. I actually don't want to know about your past, to be honest with you.
I agree with Rika. The same thing goes for the other way around. Even if you did something great in the city, but if you were a nasty person here, I wouldn't care about the great things you did back then.
In other words, Kei-chan, the sin you committed in the city is something that you should keep secret in your heart. You don't need to dig it back up just to tell us. I mean, you can if you want, and if anybody changed the way they saw you because of it, I'd look down on them.
No matter what happened in the past, as long as you're a great person at present, you shouldn't be embarrassed about yourself. Am I wrong? What's the purpose of living if we can never learn redemption?
Satoko used to be a big baby who couldn't do anything by herself. She regretted it deeply, and now she's a strong, independent girl. That's why I admire Satoko today. I don't care how weak she used to be.
Rika.
Well, what about you, Kei-chan? Are you gonna change the way you see me because now you know that I used to be a very bad girl and was a regular at the police station? You won't, will you? I am who I am. Our friendship won't change, and we'll keep playing and laughing just like we always do, right? That's what being friends is all about. What's going on? Mion's trying to cheer me up with an encouraging smile on her face, but her expression became distorted all of a sudden. Big teardrops fell from my eyes. What? Why am I crying? Let me say this. I didn't know anything about Satoshi, because you all hid it from me. We didn't mean to hide it. You didn't tell me about the incidents that happen every year, right? It's because we didn't want to, You didn't want to scare me? Just because of that, you left me out? No, we didn't mean to. Mion, didn't you know what to say? She had tears in her eyes. She thought she had did me a favor, but she didn't know why it turned out like this. She didn't want to make me scared of the village since I just moved here. What more reason did she need? Asked you before, Mion, if there was a crime at this damn construction site. You told me there was none. There was a dismemberment, lynching, murder. You lied. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you. I thought we were friends, that they didn't hide things from each other. Right? So, that makes us not friends. What are friends? What are friends? What were friends to me? They were my true friends. They really cared about me. They were so nice. They helped me feel at home in the village. I couldn't help but be happier. Everything was so great, wasn't it? Kei-chan, please don't. Mion seemed like she didn't know what to say. Her eyes looked moist. It was hard to believe that she was really acting like this. It wasn't like Mion at all. I could feel her pain. She was in pain because she didn't know what I was blaming her for. She looked so sad. I didn't notice her pain. I thought I was a friend. I didn't understand her true feelings. I didn't trust her. I just used the word friends I didn't do anything like that, like friends were supposed to do. That's right. I was such a fool. Mion was. Mion. And she was my best friend. Why did I doubt her? Why?
Kei-chan looks down. Oh shit. Kei-chan looks down these days. He just moved here from the city. I guess the fatigue must be setting in. He probably got a cold as a result.
I see. Then he needs to eat something nutritious. My grandma's making ohagi today. I'm gonna go ask her if we can have some to bring it over to Kei-chan. Oi, Mion, wash your hands first. Oh, hello, Rin-chan. Would you like to try making one too?
Wow, that looks so fun! Yeah, I'd love to try. Here we go.
I have a great idea.
What is it, Mi-chan? What's that little bottle? What is it?
It's not fun that they only have sweet ohagi, you know? Let's put some hot sauce in him. That'll wake him up for sure. That's right. That's what happened. They brought me ohagi to help me feel better. They only tried to cheer me up. Why did I get so scared of them? Just because Mion knew I had lunch at Angel Mart, I grew terrified of her.
Hey, you don't look very good. Maybe you should go lie down.
That's right. Maybe we should leave. They just wanted to cheer me up with a joke. But because I looked so serious... See ya! Please get better soon. I hope we can hang out in the club tomorrow. That was a normal way of saying goodbye. I don't want you to be absent from school tomorrow, alright? First of all, have I ever visited any of my classmates who were absent with a cold? No, I haven't. I've never done such a nice thing to anybody because it was just too much of a bother. But they did that all for me. I understand visiting a friend in a hospital, but I just caught a cold. They came to visit me with ohagi so that I could get better soon. I should have been thankful to them and said, I'll get better soon, and I'm sure I can come to school tomorrow. So I'll see you then. That was what I was supposed to say. What did I do instead? I locked the door. I closed the door and locked it as if I was rejecting them. What was I so scared of? What was I afraid of? Why didn't I say any words of appreciation to them? I was just so scared of the ohagi they had brought me. What was I thinking? It was impossible there was a needle in one of them. There was actually a needle. There wasn't a needle at all. It was all in my head because I had some manga about some people putting needles or razors blades in people's foods. It scared me so much that I believed it could also happen to me for some reason. And I thought there was a needle in the ohagi. You were so stupid, Keiichi. Why would your friends put a needle in the food they only brought to make you feel better? It was crazy to think like that, even if there was a needle in one of them. I should have thought that it was some kind of mistake. I should have believed my friend's innocence. That's what a true friend would do. But what did I do? I threw the ohagi that they had spent so much effort in making onto the floor. Why? Why did I do that? I got along with them so well. I moved to Hinamizawa and I made friends for the first time in my life. They were my best friends. Meeting them was the most wonderful experience of my life. I'd probably never have another one like that for the rest of my days. I knew that, but I got scared and I doubted them. They noticed I was acting odd. That's why they called the manager Ire. They thought a sedative might help me relax so I could rest and get better. Mion just wanted to make it fun. She's the kind of person who expresses her goodwill by making a joke of it. I knew better than anybody. She knew Iri would roll up my shirt to check my heartbeat with a stethoscope. So she was just trying to draw graffiti on my shirt, just like she did to Tomotaki-san as punishment for the game he lost. Yeah, That's why Mion took a felt marker out of her pocket. A felt marker. She brought a marker from home because she just wanted to do something funny. She tried to cheer me up by making a punishment for fun rather than nursing me, because that's just what Mion is like. She went to the trouble of bringing a felt marker to my house, just because she wanted to cheer me up. Reina held me down tightly, and Mion came closer to me to write something on my shirt. Mion whispered the words she was going to write on my shirt. I heard them. I heard them clearly. I heard that she was going to write on my shirt. I hope you get well soon, Mion. I heard them. Then why? I should have known she wasn't going to do anything to hurt me. Why? Why? Why did the felt marker look like a syringe? Why did I think Mion was gonna kill me? It was impossible. It was impossible. Why? 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 Why did I misunderstand what Mion was going to kill me? What? The numbness in my head receded, and slowly, I felt blood start to run through my entire body again. How long was I squatting down there? For a few minutes? Or a lot longer than that? As I looked up at the clock, the hands weren't moving at all, as if they had stopped while I had my eyes closed. Really? The atmosphere in the room wasn't filled with insanity like it was earlier. It was quiet and gray. Reina wasn't holding me down. Mion wasn't about to give me an injection. Was all of that just some kind of illusion? There was no sense of presence other than myself in the room. It was an extraordinary experience, the kind I'd never had before. I was there, with Reina and Mion. I doubted my sanity for a moment, but at the same time I felt some kind of relief, too. That scary incident was just an illusion after all. Neither Reina nor Mion would have done such a horrible thing to me. Tears started running down my eyes. My emotions were running high. Why? It wasn't a question of why tears were forming in my eyes. Why? It was a question of my sadness. Why did I feel so sad? I don't know. I don't know. You don't know? What do you mean you don't know? You do know. I was so stupid. What the hell was I doing? I was so pathetic and helpless. Mion was just trying to cheer me up, that was all. I liked her so much. She was my best friend. She was older than me, but she hung out with me like we were the same age. She was the first one who came to talk to me in class. She was so nice to me, but Mion was laying down in a natural position near the window. She was covered in a dusky red blood from her head to her chest. The red fluid splattered on the wall. It was all Mion's. What had I done? What had I done? I would never forgive myself. I truly did. Think of you all as friends. Why? Why did this all happen? There was nothing fun in my life at my old school. When I talked to anyone, it was only ever about my chances of passing the entrance exam of the schools we wanted to go to. My life was shaded and gray. Friends to me were rivals and enemies to vie with for a school recommendation on test scores. My friends here now taught me how unnatural that all was. This whole month was a blast. We raised the roof over lunch, our club activities, the festival. A warm liquid flowed from my eyes. To my surprise, it was my tears. I didn't have any obligation to cry for them, but I couldn't stop. Even though they attempted to kill me, even though they almost killed me, I couldn't forget the memories we made during the past month. Or were those fun days fake? Was it an act that they kept playing perfectly to set me up until today? Was it only me who believed that they were my friends? No, it couldn't be. Reina and Mion, they were my friends, for real. Those happy days couldn't have been just a performance. Reina and Mion, they must have been forced by somebody to kill me. Or did the extraordinary existence called Oyashiro-sama possess them and took over their consciousness? No matter what it was, both Reina and Mion were my best friends. I was so stupid. I was such a fool. Such a fool, such a fool, such a fool. I wasn't making any sense at all. I killed my best friends. They were my best friends. Why didn't I trust them? Why didn't I listen to them? I beat them to death. Who did I think I was? I made it sound like I didn't do anything wrong. I felt like everybody went crazy except for me. I was such a fool. It was the other way around. Of course it was. I was the only one who went crazy. Kei-chan, I did something terrible. I'll never forgive myself. Mion was still alive. I have a memory of beating her to death because I couldn't trust her. That's a memory from non-existent, a different world. But even though it happened in a different world, I killed Mion. I didn't realize how deep that sin was. I even thought until now that Mion was at fault for being killed.
What's wrong with you, Keiji?
I don't know. Kei-chan, please calm down. I'm not dead. You didn't beat me to death. I mean, I'd never let that happen. Okay?
Quite. There's no one in our club who could beat you to death. Sorry. There's no one in our club who you could beat to death, Keiichi-san.
No. Mion and Satoko looked confused, having no idea why I was crying. But I couldn't help myself. I learned just now that I could earn redemption by confessing my sin. But I could never earn redemption for this. Not from Mion. No matter how much I cried in this world, nobody could forgive me. And so, I could never earn redemption for this sin. Right then, Chie-sensei came in and noticed me crying. You wouldn't see a teenage boy crying like that very often. Chie-sensei asked me what was going on, but at that moment I couldn't hear anything. Mion and Satoko looked confused. They didn't know how to explain the situation. Rika-chan approached me in the midst of my sobs. You remembered, didn't you, Keiji? You remember how you killed Reina and me? Yes! I killed them! But I didn't accept my sin. I pretended I was the victim. I cursed and blamed my friends until the moment I died. There was blood everywhere, and in the end, I just died alone, without any regrets. I clawed at my itchy throat in that phone booth. I didn't notice my sin. I died alone. Keiichi, did you notice your sin just now? Yes, I did. It took me so long, but I noticed it. Remember what I did, not here, but in a different world that looks just like this one. I killed my friends because I couldn't trust them. They were just trying to help me, but I didn't listen to them. I don't know why I didn't. I didn't care if people were staring. I just kept crying. I wanted to transmute my sin to tears in order to squeeze it out of me. But the tears that were coming from my eyes weren't my sin. They were just the tears of regret for doing something so irreversible. At that time, I felt something touching my head. I opened my eyes and saw Rika-chan patting my head gently. I didn't need comfort. I didn't deserve any comfort from Rika-chan. But the words she spoke to me weren't the ones of comfort. I forgive you, Keiichi. What? Keiichi, you noticed your sin. It's a very difficult thing to do, and not somebody everybody can do. Not everyone can just understand how great you are, and hence, they can't forgive you. But I can, because I know how great you are. Sorry, I need a drink. Oh shit. Rika-chan. This is a miracle. You noticed your sin and committed in another world. That's impossible to do. But you did it. That is the most unbelievable and precious of miracles that could exist in this world. I don't understand anything Rika-chan is saying, but I felt like she's the only one who understood that impossible memory I had. So you should be able to understand. Oh, sorry. So you should be able to understand what Reina Ryugu is going through right now. Yes, I understand. She's going through exactly the same thing I did. She wants to trust her friends more than anything, but she can't. She's the one who's losing her mind and she doesn't understand it. She thinks that the world's going crazy instead. I don't know how to save her. I have no idea. Because I failed. I didn't understand until I died. No, I didn't understand even until after I died. So how can I make Reina realize what I didn't, even after that? I can't save her. I can't save her. I know because I was just like her. There's nothing I can do. Calm down, Keiichi. I did fail, but that didn't mean Reina had too. There was no excuse not to save her because I thought she'd fail. After all, what did Reina do back then? I was totally going mad, but she risked her life to save me. In my room in that world, I'd beaten her many times with that metal bat. But she was still smiling. She knew I was scared, and that's why she smiled for me. I beat her so many times. Her arms were broken, her forehead cut open. I remember Reina didn't block her head. Even at that very last moment, she opened her arms towards me, like she was looking for a hug. But I still doubted her, and raised my metal bat up high. Reina told me then that it was okay.
Please, trust me.
My friend still told me to believe in her. She told me to trust her, but I didn't. I lost it and attacked her. She was in danger. She was actually killed. But she didn't even block her head. Instead, she used her arms to reach out to me. Reina continued to say those words until the moment she died. Trust me. Please, trust me. She risked her life to save me. Until her very last moment, she kept telling me to believe in her. But I didn't listen. For so long, I truly believed that I didn't do anything wrong. I feel a little better now that you've forgiven me, Rika-chan. But I still have to atone for my sin. I'm going to do that the same way Reina did for me. I'm going to save her. Reina risked her life to save me. She cared about me until the very last moment. She trusted me. She believed her words would reach my heart, so she kept saying them. Until I cracked her skull. I don't care if I die. Reina died for me. I can die for her too. I was such a fool for failing to understand my friend's feelings. That's why I didn't understand what she was saying. But Reina might be different. This world is messed up, but it doesn't mean that I can just quit. Quitting is the same thing as not believing, and I believe in Reina and our friendship. That's why I can still make it. I can still prevent a tragedy from happening. I can change fate. We will struggle together to seize our future. Rika-chan nodded with a serious look on her face. She put her hand in her pocket of her skirt. Keiichi, I won't give up either. I'm not gonna lose hope on this world. I was tired from meeting with countless failures. I gave up on this world as if it started to go wrong. That's why I kinda gave up on Reina last night. But I was wrong. I realized there was still so much fight. A beautiful and divine thing. and it can work miracles that even alter the path of fate. So I'll fight with you. I'll fight again. And I'll keep fighting until we reach the future.
I have no idea what you two are talking about. It's nothing that you don't remember. Keiichi's just a special exception. Huh? I suppose I'm too brilliant to understand what's going on.
Rika-chan touched Toko's forehead to hers. But please, remember one day, when you're desperately driven into a corner of misfortune, remember that he risked his life to save you.
Keiichi-san fought for me? That's hard to believe.
Isn't that right, Keiichi? Rika-chan looked to me, smiling as if waiting for my agreement. I wasn't sure if I could risk my life for Satoko. No, I was sure. I'd risk my life for her. Satoko is my friend. If anybody tried to make her unhappy, I'd beat them without hesitation. I'd risk my life to save her. There might have even been a world like that. I nodded to Rika-chan. Rika-chan nodded back to me, looking happy. My Barakun, is everything okay? Chie-sensei realized that I had finally calmed down and she asked me that. Yes, everything is fine now. Sorry I worried you. Anyway, Mion. What? What is it? I walked towards her. Mion stepped back, not knowing what was going on. She bumped into the blackboard. What is it, Kei-chan? You look so serious. I held Mion tightly. She still didn't know what was going on, and her face turned red. Crying on her shoulder, I told her the following. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What? What are you sorry for, Kei-chan? This old man really doesn't get what's going on. It's okay. You don't need to get anything. So just listen to me. I'm so very sorry. And the ohoke you made? They were really good. They were really delicious. They cheered me up. Well, I wanted to tell you that. I wanted that I would go to school the next day, and the day after. I wanted to tell you that I would see you tomorrow at school, but I couldn't. I'm really sorry that I didn't give you any words of appreciation until today. I never doubted you, Mion. I'll never doubt any of my friends. Never, ever again. So, Mion, please forgive me for what I did that day. Mion must have had no idea what I was talking about. Of course, I didn't really either. I didn't understand what I was talking about, but my sin wasn't forgiven yet. I needed to confess my sin in order to receive her forgiveness. I know you risked your life to save me, Mion, so I'll risk my life to save you too. When you're in some kind of trouble, I promise I will. Kei-chan. You're making me blush. Mion's face was bright red. She didn't know what was going on. Satoko was blushing too, with a confused look on her face. But Rika-chan and I understood everything. We weren't going to accept a tragedy. We couldn't give up just because the world was going out of order. We were going to fight against the fate to the very last moment. Mion had fought for me. Reina fought for me. That's why I was going to fight for Reina. Just like she did for me, I was going to risk my life to save her. Ooh. Oh my god, my nose itches so bad. Whew. Alright, let me catch up on chat. Oh my god. Stop. You good, bro? Okay, shit. Let me catch up in chat. BB's, bro, that's not... You won't really make sure there's no person married. Ha, yeah. So dramatic. He is quite dramatic, isn't he? Keiichi continues to somehow be the most dramatic character in this horror event, right, bro? That's why he got that main character syndrome. She got friend-zoned hard, bruh. I swear Keiichi would have an existential crisis if he had that enjoy your meal, you two in a right? Happy birthday, you two. Fuck, I'm gonna kill all my friends. In a sense, this is the scene of the character with amnesias gaining their memories, kind of. But we never had existential dread Keiichi before, true. Saph is getting the character. I went, thank you. Now everyone can understand how great you are. Oh no, Rika! She got that coping! Imagine being the teacher while these kids are actively having an existential crisis and their fourth dimensional friend calms them down by talking about alternate timelines. The chance, oh, the friend zone, let's go. You could, bro. Well, I'm doing better than Keiichi. Oh my god. Oh my god. My nose itches. What the fuck? Alright. Yeah. So, how we feeling? I think that was the big question. You still think really? Really? We still thinking time traveling bugs? Is that what we're doing? We still genuinely think time traveling bugs? Let's just keep going. That's okay. Rika caught the time. You're done. You're done. We're gonna finish this chapter and then we can talk about it. Fuck, man. Let you guys get your sillies out. The summit was being held at... Fuck. When a black car stopped in front of it, 3 burly cops got out of it, followed by Oishi. They were welcomed by Sonozaki Corps members in equally black suits. It was something you don't see every day. Thank you for having us. We apologize for being late. I'll take you to the room. Follow me. There was a sign saying reserved at the entrance. You done? I got a few more sillies. Get them out now. Us, we're good. Just doing some existential crisis on a regular basis. Oh my god. Guys. There's a sign saying reserved at the entrance. Oishi and his subordinates were taken inside. They walked through the restaurant's pretentious landscape garden, and they came to a gorgeous Japanese-style entrance. A woman in a kimono was waiting at the entrance, as was Kasai. Upon seeing the police officers, they stopped chatting and bowed deeply. The woman in the kimono was Mion's mother, Akane. Nice to meet you, Miss Sonozaki. Thank you for having us today. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, too. Thank you for coming all the way here despite your busy schedule. Not at all. I've been looking forward to the feast I'm gonna have today. Oh boy, Kiyomitsute is famous for its dried bean curd, right? Yeah. I can't wait. Long time no see, Kasai-san. It's been forever since we last met in person. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, we seem to be at war, but I'm hoping we can settle it like adults. Although we're already in an all-out war whenever you are. No, we have no desire to fight. Neither do we. Everybody knows how messy things get when you're involved. But I'd like to avoid that as much as possible, since I'm not that young anymore. Obviously, this was a meeting between people who hated each other. The tension in their words indicated that it wasn't likely to be a friendly meeting. I'll take you to the room. Please follow me. I feel bad for our host taking us to the table. Well, I know we sent you the invitation in my name, but actually today's host is the Sonozaki main family. I'm sorry for the confusion. I see. Can I go back and get my bulletproof jacket? On the other side of the door, there were several tables, and Mion was sitting at one of them. Since Mion was still young, her school uniform functioned as her formal dress. Still, it looked strange with both police and the Corps members in black suits. Hello, you must be the successor of the head of the Sonozaki family. Thank you for having us today. Well, thank you very much for coming. Please, take a seat. Mion politely welcomed the police, undaunted even though they were older than her parents. Mion gave Kasai a look, and he tapped on the door. The waitress, who had been waiting behind the door, started bringing out drinks. Oshi-san, what's going on here? I'm not sure. Well, let's enjoy the meal first. Their dried bean curd really is famous, you know. They started drinking, but the tension continued for a while. Mion made the waitresses and the other members of the Sonozaki Corps leave the room, and soon only Oshi, his subordinates, Mion, Akane, and Kasai were left in the room. Well, let's start talking about why we're here today. Akane nodded and began speaking. We're having this meeting today so we can resolve our misunderstandings. Such as? Kasai wanted to talk to you about Reina Ryugu for personal reasons. Therefore, this meeting is about to be private circumstances between the Tatsuyoshi Kasai and Reina Ryugu. The Sonozaki family has nothing to do with this. What are these private circumstances? Ryugu-san lives an honest life. How could she have any kind of private connection with Kasai-san from the Yakuza? Kasai? Yes. Allow me to explain. Kasai told the police officers that he happened to meet Reina at the coffee house in Okonomiya. He explained that Reina found something he'd lost there, and she was offering to bring it back to him. That doesn't sound right. But for argument's sake, why don't we assume that you're telling us the truth? What happened after doesn't make any sense. I heard that you told your members to find Reina Ryugu. That is actually my fault. Reina-san's father was worried about her because she didn't come home after dark. So I sent my men to ask if anyone had seen her downtown, but I made a small mistake. Wait a second. You made us all come all the way down here, and now you're telling us to believe this bullshit? Could it be you're making fun of us? Oshi looked a bit more like a member of the Yakuza than the real Yakuza did. Oshi threatened them with a nasty smile, and it piled on all the more tension to the atmosphere in the room. Oshi-san, please don't. Kumagai tried to make him stand down. Officers with hot tempers pair with others who are good at calming them down, just like the Yakuza do. Oshi backed off with a grin. Kumagai took over, continuing from there. So what are you trying to say? Do you not want us to intervene because of the civil matter between Reina Ryugu and Tatsuyoshi Kasai? That's not going to happen. We're going to give her protection. Mion opened her mouth for the first time in a while. You need to explain to me why the police have to protect Reina Ryugu to begin with. Why? Because you guys are after her. Oshi answered bluntly. But Mion remained nonchalant. That must have made him all the more annoyed. What makes you think we're after her? Why don't you ask what's in your chest? It might know something. Oshi-san, we're here to resolve our misunderstandings. It's your choice not to listen to us, but I think it's better that you do. Oh? And what are we misunderstanding exactly? Your misunderstanding concerns the scrapbooks of Mio Takano and Reina Ryugu is in possession of. Yafshi's expressions grew stern all at once. All of a sudden, she had gotten straight to the point. You want to protect Reina Ryugu because she has those scrapbooks, isn't that right? Oshi and his subordinates glared back at her without saying a word, making it obvious that her guess was right. Kasai. Akane gave him a look and he left the room. However, he shortly returned, carrying a black suitcase. Every one of the officers assumed that there was a tremendous amount of money in that suitcase, and that the Sonozaki family was trying to buy them off. Kasai opened the suitcase and showed the contents to the police. Are those... Those are Mio Takano's scrapbooks. I'm afraid we don't have the ones that she gave to Reina Ryugu. This is going to be our main course for today. Do you mind if I take a look? Oh, feel free. We can talk after you've read them. I'll make my people leave if you like. Oh, no, you don't have to do that. The cops produced latex gloves from their pockets, put them on, and took one of the scrapbooks out of the suitcase. There were more than 10 of them in there. We found them in Mio Takano's house in Okonomiya after she had passed. Oshi and the others desperately turned the pages of the well-thumbed scrapbooks. Are you sure these are real? Without a doubt. Oshi-san. If Reina Ryugu has the other scrapbooks, that means maybe the ones she has have some kind of stuff in them. Oshi looked stunned by the contents of the scrapbooks. He started turning the pages faster, then closed the scrapbooks roughly. Do all these have the same contents as this one? Yes, they do. Feel free to take a look at them until you're fully satisfied. The other officers also rapidly turned through pages. They weren't reading, just flipping. They took one scrapbook from the suitcase after another, flipped through the pages roughly. Oshi-san, this is absurd. These are just crappy occult novels. This one says that the netherworld collided with this world and the dead souls flowered across the gap. How are we going to use this as proof? Well, yours says something about the netherworld. Mine is about creatures from the bottom of the ocean. Well, this one's about classified weapons of the Nazis. This one's about the legacy of the Mu continent. This one's about Oisi, the mysterious creature of the Onigafuchi swamp. We can summarize that Reina Ryugu most likely has the scrapbook about the parasite theory that we've all heard of. The police were dumbfounded. They couldn't believe that they were seeing. The other officers were shooting glances at Oshi. They hadn't said anything to him, but they never really believed in the story of the parasite, let alone the bioterrorism. But Oshi had believed it, and told them he had proof. None of the scrapbooks in front of them said anything about parasites, but it was easy to assume the contents of the one scrapbook were no different in nature from another. In other words, all of them were just crappy occult novels. Well, Oshi appeared unable to accept the fact that it was facing him. But now that he was actually looking at it, it was too difficult to ignore. Miyoto Kano was an occult geek who had laughable ideas about the legend of the Onigafuchi. But Reina took them so seriously, and so had Oshi. The other officers could no longer stop themselves from laughing at the ridiculous scrapbooks. Oshi glared at them. They stopped laughing. The main reason Oshi took the story of the parasite so seriously was because the Sonozaki family was apparently after Reina Ryugu for the scrapbooks she had had. Plus, Takano, the owner of the scrapbooks, was killed. Because of these two reasons, he believed in the occult B novel. Oshi was frustrated without a doubt. But he was to accept that he was wrong. Oshi was eager for any information that could help him solve the series of mysterious deaths of Hinamizawa before he retired. A combination of the number of factors made Takano's ridiculous theory become highly credible to him. Let me ask you something. Why was Miyoto Kano killed? We have no idea what happened to Miyoto Kano or Jiro Toмотake. Of course you don't. A liar doesn't call himself a liar. Come on, Oshi-san. Do you think we'd do such a lousy job to let the police find the bodies? Mion wore a cold smile. She had said too much. Akane cleared her throat, as if to condemn the statement, and that made Mion shut her mouth. Oshi glared at the young successor, but he knew she was right. Then, why are you after Reina Ryugu? We're not. I admit it, it's our fault if we made it look like we were after her, but for that we apologize. The reasons which made Oshi take Reina's delusion seriously collapsed, one by one. Mion and Akane looked at each other. They must have decided to let Akane speak. She did so firmly. We'd like to ask you a favor. We don't want to be involved with the police because of nonsense like this. We heard that Sakai from the police headquarters started to work with the public safety division. They're going to do a simultaneous raids on our family, using this case as an excuse, aren't they? That had been Oshi's request. Oshi looked at Reina's story seriously, and he wanted to find the research facility that was developing the parasite. He was intending to use it as proof of the potential bioterrorist attack. But, as he had no idea where to start looking, he tried to conduct simultaneous raids on all the facilities that the Sonozaki family owned in the entire prefecture, in cooperation with the task force for the gang groups and the public safety. Normally, the circumstantial evidence he had wouldn't be enough to get their cooperation, In fact, public safety doubted Ooshi's source because they hadn't heard of any potential terrorist attacks. They trusted their information network. But Ooshi took advantage of this long career and his old friends, and he managed to get them to cooperate. Ooshi's face broke out in a nervous sweat. Needless to say, he had realized he was completely wrong. We had caused you some trouble during the dam conflict, but the era of reaching its end, and things have changed. We're a Yakuza group that sides with the weak and crushes the strong, but we're also trying to achieve peace and stability in line with these changing times. If we get raided now, we're going to lose face. Who cares about your face? I know we'll find something in those raids. We're going to go through with them. If you find something, good for you. But if you don't, you know it'll cause a big liability issue that even you won't escape lightly, Ooshi-san. Alright, sounds like you really do want an all-out war, huh? Well, if that's what you want, please carry out your job on your own satisfaction. We'll take on the challenge anytime. What? Akane Sonozaki didn't betray Ooshi's expectations. Although her right to become the successor was taken away, Akane had been through a lot more than Mion. Ooshi couldn't back out now, but he knew it was going to fight, and he probably wouldn't win. Kumagai butted in and tried to calm him down. If we put a stop to the raids, what would we get in return? Mion answered this time. We'll give you these scrapbooks as proof of their friendship. I'm sure you can use them to cancel their raid attempts. These scrapbooks proved how ridiculous Mio Takano's theory was. Takano was dead anyway. Oshi could show these scrapbooks to say he was fooled. He could still pretend the whole raid thing never happened. He might have to take responsibility for it, but if he didn't back off now, there'd be no doubt that he'd face a hopeless mess. If he was going to back off, it was now or never. The administrative staff in his station weren't exactly fond of him. If he made such a huge mistake right before his retirement, people who'd been looking for a chance for revenge would cut his pension with glee. His pension was decided by multiplying his base salary by a certain number. If they cut his base salary, there was no way he could avoid a big reduction. Oshi-san. He decided to back off. It was hard for him to admit mistakes at his age. He grimaced with anger. Kuma-chan, can you take over from here? I think I've had too much to drink. I'm gonna go get some fresh air. Excuse me. Oshi stood up and quickly left the room, making a lot of noise as he walked. Kasai closed the door Oshi left open. The room was filled with silence again. At that point, Kumagai opened his mouth. We understand your point. Our intention is to cause trouble among organizations you own. So I want to confirm the police and the Sonozaki family would help each other to maintain the peace of the city. Therefore, we're going to put off doing any simultaneous raids. Ah, thank you very much. I'm sure our leader Oreo appreciates your concern as well. As you promised, we'll be taking the scrapbooks, and there are 2 more conditions. Go ahead. First, if you find the other missing scrapbooks, you must bring them to us immediately. Second, if you do find Reina Ryugu, you must turn her over to us immediately as well. I'm afraid the second one's unacceptable. Reina Ryugu is in a state of delusion. We'll make sure of her safety, and we'll find the best medical facility we can take her to. She has the right to receive treatment. We can't accept that either. We have the right to question her about the murder of Takano, as a material witness, not as a suspect. Akane whispered to Mion. Mion in turn nodded and began to speak. Very well. We'll accept the second condition, but let us add another condition on top. We're going to send her a lawyer. You only questioned her if that lawyer is present. Understood. One more thing. You weren't allowed to delay us by not sending the lawyer on purpose. We'll start questioning right after we find her. We ain't got a problem with that, but you must contact us immediately after she's found. We will as soon as we can. Akane cut in. You have to call us before you question her. You must call us the very moment she's found. This agreement is made in good faith, founded on our mutual trust. So please, do be careful not to do anything that might waste it. Understood. You have my word on that. We'll try to keep our promise with the best of intentions. Akane and Kumagai glared at each other for a moment. Surprisingly, Kumagai was very calm. He was always in the shadow of Oishi, who was loud and noisy, but he had as much guts as his superior did. Oishi was good at taking care of matters in a rough and threatening kind of way, but Kumagai was good at negotiations like this. The meeting ended, and the police stood up from their seats. The tension in the room had finally ceased. Kasai put the scrapbooks back in the suitcase and handed them to Kumagai. Kumagai looked at Kasai, nodded lightly, and took what was offered to him. This is a very expensive case that was made in Italy. Please take care of it as a souvenir from us. Oh no, we're only supposed to take the scrapbooks. We'll return it to the office later. Thank you for your time. Please, give my regards to the family head Oro-san. The officers left after bowing to Mion. After making sure the police had left the hallway, Mion sighed heavily and finally let go of her tension. She spread her feet on the floor, flapping the rim of her skirt. Oh man, my shoulders hurt. Why didn't you take care of this, Mom? Oh, don't be silly. Your rank is higher than mine. Rank is everything, not age. Kasai, have a waitress bring me a beer. Oh, you can let the grunts in. Give them something cold to drink, too. You want me to only bring beer? Oh, she can't drink. Bring some orange juice for her. Don't treat me like a little kid. I guess my rank doesn't matter to you, huh? You'll always be a big baby to me. Anyway, your father pulled many strings for you this time. You should thank him. And you too, Kasai. You have to play it smarter when meeting with a common man. I'm a little embarrassed. By the way, I'm very impressed with Reina-chan for making a fool out of Oshi. You have many friends with a good potential. I'd like to meet her. We can go see a play together or something. Kasai, whenever you see her next, let her know I said that. Oh, and don't tell her any more of those creepy stories though, okay? Of course, I'm well aware of that. With that, they successfully dispelled the magical power of Takano's spellbooks. Scrapbooks. Fuck. The whole mess shouldn't grow any larger. The only remaining problem was Reina. Where could she be hiding? Before I went to bed, I headed to my window to close the curtain. I saw the shadow of a person nearby the porch. Who could that be so late? Well, I didn't have to guess who it was. There was only one person I knew who might come to see me so late. I opened the window and looked more carefully this time. I was right. It was Reina. She was just standing still under the light. I wonder how long she had been there. It didn't look like she was going to ring the doorbell. She was just standing there. She seemed to be asking herself whether to ring the doorbell or not. For how long had she been hesitating in front of my door? It looked like even standing there was giving her a hard time. She looked so tired. I ran down the stairs, put my sandals on, and rushed out the house. Reina looked surprised to see me, even though I came out after making a lot of noise. Reina! Is that you? Reina! She looked relieved to see me for a moment, but then she soon glanced downward and looked sad again. How long have you been standing there?
I don't know. Maybe since the sunset?
Reina must have been standing somewhere outside for at least 2 days at the very least. It wasn't like she had been camping for fun. She's been in a state of high tension the whole time, believing that someone was trying to kill her. Reina looked utterly exhausted. She seemed to have taken care of the deep scratch she had made on her neck the other day with some large band-aids. The band-aids had cute pictures, but only made the wound on her neck look more painful. I saw some band-aids soaked with blood on her arms, her body too. I could tell she had made them herself. She had more scars than she had last night. Anyway, let's go inside. You haven't eaten anything in 2 days, have you? When I tried to take her into the house, she refused with a vague expression on her face. It wasn't she didn't want to go into the house. It was more like she had to refuse. Oops, I keep clicking. Fuck.
I can't take it anymore. Even at this moment, the maggots are moving through my body. It itches really badly and it feels like they're about to come out from everywhere.
Reina, I think you do have some kind of disease. Why don't you come inside, get some rest? We'll go to the clinic first thing in the morning. He understands your delicate situation, so he'll see you in private.
No. I know it. I know exactly how Tomotaki-san died. I'm trying not to do what he did for as long as possible.
Reina believed she was given some kind of suspicious drug, and that made her claw her own neck to death like Tomotaki-san did. She had convinced herself that it was going to happen. She wouldn't hear anything else right now. But she really wanted somebody to help her. She wanted help, but when somebody tried to give it her a hand, she looked like it was the hand of the devil. If that was some kind of disease, what a horribly depressing disease it was.
I don't know how I'm going to die, but I don't think I have much time left.
That's not going to happen. You're a member of our unbeatable club, Reina Ryugu, and you're not going to die so easily.
Thanks. Well, I wanted to say sorry before I die.
Sorry? For what?
Yesterday, I said some terrible things to you and I hurt your feelings.
Oh, she must be talking about last night. She trusted me, but when Ooshi-san told her about my past, she felt betrayed. And after that, everything I did out of goodwill seemed like the opposite to her. I know what that's like. I once felt the same way about you, Reina. Well, before I moved here... Oh shit, that's Reina.
Well, before I moved here, I did many horrible things too. A lot, actually.
Really? I didn't know.
What I did is beyond comparison. You just shot someone with a toy gun. I hit somebody's head really hard with a metal bat. Everybody got hurt. Really bad. I also broke the windows in the school and...
I know. But I don't care about any of that. You did that before you moved here. That's why you stopped being Reina Ryugu and became Reina right after you moved here, right? To me, you're my best friend, who's very kind, thoughtful, and fun. And that's the most important thing. I don't care who you were before.
So, I was way worse than you were. I have no right to say you're not my friend.
I felt the same way too. I was afraid of you, because I heard about your past.
Oh, you knew?
Reina laughed sadly. She seemed shocked to find out that I knew about her past, when she thought I didn't. But I was like, so what? It doesn't matter how bad you were before you moved here. You've been through ups and downs, the tears and laughter, but since you moved to Hinamizawa, you've been living a proud life. The important thing is that you regret what you did. That's all that matters. You've grown up to be a respectable person. I don't care about your past. I should have noticed it earlier. Reina is Reina. That's why she's Reina Ryugu. I couldn't understand that simple thing when she was said she wasn't Reina. You heard about my past too, right? I was pretty bad as well. I was such a brat. I regret the stupid things I did, so I thought moving here was a good opportunity for me to start over. I believe I've been the person I've wanted to be since moving to Hinamizawa. Isn't it the same with you, Reina? It doesn't matter how you lived in Ibaraki. The important thing is that you're Reina Ryugu. You wanted to be at Hinamizawa. So I don't care about whoever Reina Ryugu was.
Yeah, you're right.
We can start our lives over as many times as you want. We might make a lot of mistakes and hurt ourselves, but that just lets us become the people we want to be. You fall once or twice in your life, but that's life. We can't let that beat us down. We have to keep growing. So, I was such an asshole for getting scared of you because of your past. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. When you go through that much pain, you can be kinder to others. So I don't need to know your past. And even if I knew, I shouldn't have changed the way I treated you. But we were fools. We couldn't understand that until we went through things like that ourselves. Mion knew from the beginning. We were such fools. We hurt each other, and we made each other cry. So, Reina Ryugu is, and will always be, my best friend forever. When you have to go through a hard time, I'll help you no matter what. Trust me on that.
Thank you. I trust you, Keiichi-kun.
It's very tragic. But what she said isn't true. She probably didn't mean to lie. But I knew that she didn't trust me from the bottom of her heart. My words didn't reach her. I knew because Reina kept telling me to trust her at that time. She kept saying those words while I kept hitting her with that bat. But they didn't reach me.
I don't think I have much time left. But I'll try my best to save Hinamizawa because wonderful people like you live here.
No, Reina.
I'm not gonna let them take over the village. I'll fight so we can regain our peaceful days that we had. I'll defeat their conspiracy.
She said she trusted me, but she didn't understand anything I was saying. Even if I kept telling her the conspiracy was Takano-san's delusion, it wouldn't reach her.
Thank you, Keiichi-kun. Thank you for forgiving me.
I do. I forgive you. So please forgive me for what I did to you.
I'm gonna save Hinamizawa, I promise. So, Keiichi-kun, will you help me? I trust you. And only you, Keiichi-kun. We can save Hinamizawa together.
Reina! I knew how bad of a corner Reina was driven into. If I was her, I'd be walking around with a baseball bat, thinking every single person around me was the enemy. Reina cared about me so much, but I saw her as my worst enemy. But Reina, you still trust me, even when you're driven into a bad of this corner. I couldn't understand what you were saying. I beat you to death while you kept telling me to trust you. But you're different. You still trust me. You are so...
Why are you crying?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll never betray you. I trust you, Reina. So please forgive me.
I don't know what you're talking about. You've always believed in me, Keiichi-kun. So I trust you too. I can trust you, right? You're the only one who trusts me, right?
Tears fell from my eyes. I sobbed and nodded again and again to answer her. Tears welled up in Reina's eyes too. Before I knew it, we were putting our foreheads together with tears in our eyes. Well,
I found a way to end this battle.
Really?
Yeah. I might not stand a chance, but this is the best and only resistance I could think of.
Reina, I don't know what you're going to do, but if you do that, we can regain our happy days, right? We can, can't we? We have to. Or I'm not going to let you go anywhere.
Don't worry, Keiichi-kun. It's going to come from behind victory. We'll regain our happy days for sure.
I don't know what she had on her mind. It began with a delusion, and it'd end with a delusion. If I encouraged her too much, she'd twist it into an attack on her. I was like that at that time. I took Reina's goodwill as a complete opposite thing, so I stopped denying her story. This is Reina's battle. It was her lonely battle. She had to fight against her own delusion. The more we tried to help her, the more we drove her into a corner. But I would always be there for her. Whenever she needed help, she could reach me. I wanted to let her know that, so I said just one thing. I'm on your side until the very last moment. No matter what, I'm on your side. Even if I told her to trust me, I knew she wouldn't right now. I knew that, but I told her those words anyway. Even if she couldn't believe them, and if she tried to smash my head in, I'd say those words. I'd keep saying them until I die.
Thank you, Keiichi-kun. Everything will be over tomorrow. We'll win for sure. And then we can go play around with the club together again. With everyone. We'll return to our happiest times.
Although she wished to regain our happy times so badly, I couldn't get rid of the darkness that controlled her mind.
Well, I have to go now. I have to go get ready for tomorrow.
To tell the truth, I didn't want to let her go. I wanted to stop her, even if I had to grab her arm. But I couldn't stop her like that. If I grabbed her arm, she wouldn't trust me anymore. Wait, Reina. What do you have to do to get ready for tomorrow?
It's a secret. I might ask you for help later, though. You'll help me when I do, right?
Of course. I nodded strongly as she could tell that I was still on her side. But I didn't know what her come-from-behind victory really meant at that point. The first thing I could think of was that she was going to invade the house of the Sonozaki family, which she thought was her enemy. So I called Mion to warn her after Reina left. Mion laughed bitterly and said, why does everyone want to get the bad guys so much? But she understood the situation. Man, it'd be easier if we really did act like bad guys. It might be better if we tied her down and took her to the hospital. If it comes to that, I guess we have no choice. But I want to believe her. Until the last second. She still had strong heart to trust me, no matter how badly she'd been driven to a corner. She's not like me. So I'm sure she can defeat her delusion. And it's hard for this old man to understand what you're really saying. You and Rika-chan have been talking about these days. Did something serious happen lately? Nah, you can say it happened lately, in a way. I killed Mion a couple of days after the festival. Sorry, I've been talking like crazy. Anyway, please don't lose confidence in Reina, alright? Oh, you know I won't. Anyone can catch an old cold of the heart these days. Blah, blah, blah. Anyone can catch a cold of the heart sometimes. It just so happened to be Reina this time. That's all. Well, she was relatively high fever, but I'm sure she'll get better soon. And we can all laugh about this later. It's not as bad as you think, Kei-chan. This silly Oshi admitted his mistakes. He doesn't even know about the you-know-what. So we'll just say Reina overreacted a little bit and this will all be over. Really? You really think we can do that? Oh, did you forget? I'm the next head of the Sonozaki family. I have both the skill and the power to do that. This old man had a meeting with the Oshi at the restaurant today, and we cleared up all the misunderstandings. Oshi was shaking in fear the whole time. I'm pretty good, don't you think? Mion bragged about her achievement, laughing loudly. I could tell she was exaggerating a little bit. Anyway, compared to the sense of impending doom Reina seems to be feeling, the others seem to be taking it rather easy. It was all up to Reina now. If she understood everything, she could go back to the peaceful world she wished for. We were waiting for her to reach out to us, just like we did by abandoning in that abandoned car at the garage dump that day. Reina, I couldn't win, but I know you can. Because you're the one who told me to have faith until the end. So I know you can win. It didn't mean that she could literally win the last battle she was talking about earlier, but Reina could win. She'd win, and she'd regain her peaceful life. She's just sick right now. You have a feeling something bad's gonna happen. Oh my god, what an achievement name. I heard that's... Listen. Get this. If we get more silly, we'll get a free white... Oh my god. In a white room. Oh my god. Did you see that one guy in the room? He's a sexy vampire. Vampire? Sexy vampire? Keiichi voice is improving. Nice. The copium's getting nervous. That was pretty bad too. Winks with Wow, what an amazing chapter, right? Oh my god, all the lore we got. She's about to raid the Sonozaki house. What could possibly go wrong, right? Right? I mean, technically, we don't know for sure that's what she's doing, but, like, it's a pretty solid guess. She's suicide bombing. Like, yeah, I'll be fine, don't worry. Raina, no! Oh, God. She hit the pedal. Oh. But, yeah. So, how are we feeling? You guys still think it's time traveling bugs, don't you? Even though they've straight up said now what it was. Oh, brother. You need to make the Walter shouting from the car. But yeah, really, really solid chapter. Reina, no, stop. Reina, don't go to the Sonozaki. Stop. Yeah. No, Reina, don't go into the Sonozaki house. I zoned out while it got revealed. Oh my god, you're not serious. You're so stop. No. Oh god. But no. Because, like, it'd been kind of dropping hints. I think it happened even in the last book a little bit. Or maybe it was the beginning of this book. Like, this book is not longer than the longest book, but it feels so much longer because, like, so much has happened. Like, until they were saying that, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot that Reina killed 2 people, and that's what kind of started this whole shenanigan. Like, I kind of forgot. But yeah, no, I mean, subtly, like little breadcrumbs that just got bigger and bigger and bigger until now we finally have, like, the whole bread loaf, right? Where Keiichi was, like, remembering things from the other loops. Seth's a butt, oh my god. But yeah. It's really fucking cool. I love Higurashi. Oh my god. But yeah. Isn't that exciting? But, like, also now that we have, like, the big answer, there's only smaller questions we have left, right? If there even is any left. I don't know if you guys have more questions. But don't worry. There's definitely more books we're gonna read eventually. But, I mean, this was the big answer as to why the fuck each book kind of starts over. But yeah, alright. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Looking forward to what's coming next, right? Tomorrow's the final chapter of Higurashi Tsumihoroboshi. Oh my god, I think I said it right. It's the final chapter tomorrow. We'll finally wrap up this Higurashi book, and then there's only a few left. It's so bittersweet, guys. Like, we're almost through all of Higurashi. Can you believe it? Like, I'm gonna feel so empty. Like, I kind of want to cry, and the music's not helping. How many books did it take to get To be fair, this is only the second answer book. This is only the second answer book. So 2, technically. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for book club. I appreciate you guys. I'm so glad we're all enjoying book club. God, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna think about what the fuck my life is gonna be when we don't read Higurashi together each week. Like, I'm not gonna think about it. I can't think about it right now. Oh my god. Anyway, guys, I will see you tomorrow for the final chapter of Higurashi Tsumihoroboshi, the Atonement Chapter. Yeah, I guess that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for hanging out. As always, I appreciate you guys. And if I don't see you in the next one, I'll see you when I see you. Everyone have a good night, a good evening, and Veil Guards, you are dismissed. Bye-bye!
You